And now I am joined by Michael Vampire. Hello, welcome.
Hey, how are you? Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for joining me. First up, happy birthday. How are you doing
Thank
over
you.
there? You're
Thank you.
welcome.
It's crazy.
I mean, today, as a part of the birthday festivities, Knotfest premiered your brand new single, which is such a tune. So, how pumped are you? Just since it's release day, and especially because everybody can finally hear this new track.
It's a relief. We've had it secret for so long. We've been building it up, and we had a great PR where Cosmo Nostra came on and helped link it up. So it was one of those things where there was so much anticipation, and it's finally here. And I'm just really relieved and stoked that everyone gets to hear it, and I'm super proud of it. So I'm super proud of this whole EP, but it feels good, real good.
You mentioned keeping it a secret there. So, how long was this really kept under wraps for?
I've been slowly building this comeback for I want to see 3 months, maybe 4 months. It's been long. Yeah.
Well, speaking to something that's been long, I mean, this is the first new music from the band in 5 years. So does it kind of feel like that long and that much time has actually gone by for you?
It doesn't now. When I started doing Dead Girls Academy, it seemed like a whole different life. But now that it's like back, it feels like I never left. And the fan response has been kind of overwhelming. A lot of love and a lot of positivity. So it's like it was yesterday. It's kind of cool.
That's awesome. I mean, you've shared how this is a new chapter in the VE Chronicles and how today kind of signifies the rebirth of vampires everywhere. So tell me a little bit more about the whole awakening and the EP, the awakening, and just kind of what that whole thing means to you.
Well, I mean, it's like my baby band. It's something that I put so much love and heart and time into. And when I decided to go on sabbatical with it and write Dead Girls Academy, it was very hard for me, leaving that behind and making the choices that I did. And it's just something that's always been in the back of my head. Will I one day bring this back before it's too late? Before it's just I'm so overwhelmed with everything that I can't do it. But I felt it was the right timing. I was getting approached by a lot of emo rappers and different artists. Like, hey man, I love Vampires Everywhere. I'd love to do a track with you. And I'm like, okay, cool, because they weren't dropping Dead Girls Academy. They were dropping Vampires Everywhere. And I'm like, wow, okay, you got and there's this whole period of nostalgia, and it started growing inside of me too. I parted ways with Victory Records, and all amicable, and I was like, this is time for me to do, something that it's more apt to who I am, and I felt like that was the awakening. It was like instead of calling it the rebirth. I mean, there was touring with that, but I feel like the awakening is more pleasurable. Um, so it's definitely more festive, and it just feels like I brought back a part of myself that I lost. You
Awesome.
bury something deep inside of you. It's like when you play a sport or you leave summer camp or some crazy stuff like that. And you're like, damn, you leave all those friends behind for the minute. You put them all in the back, and you kind of move on with your life. But it's always in the back of your head, and it feels like a relief to just bring this back and share it with everyone again because they had so much love for it.
Does it just feel right at this point? Like everything's
Yeah.
settled? It does. That's
It's
awesome.
super right. You know what? It was weird because you know how most music now comes out on Fridays. And Cleopatra, who I just signed with, was cool enough to go, no, we'll release this on a Tuesday because it's on your
Spice it
birthday. And
up.
I just felt, the awakening, my birthday, it all just kind of works together, right?
Right, completely fitting.
Yeah.
And it's super cool because coming up on the horizon on July 30th, you'll be performing your first Vampires Everywhere live show in over 6 years. So some bands have been going crazy not touring for two because of the way the world is, but how much are you just itching to get back out there after 6 years away from it? It's such a big part of what you do as a musician.
Super scary. Yeah, I've been doing Dead Girls for so long, and we just got off tour with POD and Alien Farm before this pandemic hit, and I was just in that zone, a different type of singing, and I wasn't really screaming much. So getting back on that whole horse has been a little scary, inside my head, but I'm really excited to get like that aggression, that part of me out. As we're all sitting there right now, we're all just like kind of frustrated and angry for so long about everything going on that's out of our control. This is a perfect outlet for me to get on there and do it. So having that adrenaline, being a little scared, that's pretty cool. I like that.
I love how when I interview a lot of vocalists, they kind of compare that to being their punching bag or their way to kind of get frustrations and aggressions out. And I get that. I don't go on stage and scream by any means, but sometimes it just feels good to hear some good emo tunes and just like belt it out, you know?
It's true. I was just at emo night Brooklyn. They had over here in Las Vegas,
Dope.
and I was so overwhelmed. I was on the stage, and there's like, I don't know, 2,000-3,000 people there singing these songs, and I just ran up there, grabbed the microphone, and I was like, I didn't even believe I did that, and I'm just singing "Taking Back Sunday" in front of everybody. I'm just like, wow, this is what it's come to for me. I need to get back on stage. So yeah, I'm stoked. Stoked.
That's just like an everyday vibe for me at this point. Well, the last thing I wanted to ask you about does come back to the band's name. Of course, it was originally inspired by The Lost Boys, so it's obviously a stellar film. But other than that movie, what is one flick that you can watch over and over and over?
Oh my God, The Conjuring. I can't.
Okay.
Oh, I love The Conjuring. I love the original one. When she's up on the chest, the witch on the chest. That's it for me. Like that always hairs. I love The Conjuring. Yeah, I love that one.
Okay. What do you think about the newest one? Just got to throw in one little bonus clue there.
I think the other director probably should have directed it.
Oh, wow. And that's that.
Yeah, it had some good parts, but it wasn't like Conjuring 1 or Conjuring 2. It wasn't
No,
like
I agree.
yeah.
Right.
Oh, me and Ryan go way back, and when I saw him, I was like, oh my God, that's super cool. But yeah, man, I love talking shop with him. That would be cool.
Yeah, everyone in the back. Chris was just saying how we should get him on Screen Crusades to chat all of these films. So definitely something to do in the future here on the
Okay.
Knotfest Twitch channel. But Michael, I just want to say thank you so very much for coming on. You're awesome. Everyone's loving the new tunes. Everyone's wishing you happy birthday in the chat.
Thank you.
So yeah, thank you for celebrating with us here.
Well, thank you for having me. Much respect, and thanks for sharing the music.
Of course, to everyone watching, this has been Michael from Vampires Everywhere. Of course, don't forget to check out the brand new single release, which is up on knotfest.com. There's plenty more to come on the horizon. Really excited about it. So best of luck with everything in the future, and thank you again.
Thank you.